Welcome everyone to Playerchise. On the last episode, we saw the conclusion of Season 11. And on this episode, we will begin the off-season. We will see free agency, the draft, as well as Week 1 of our Playerchise Season 12. But before we do, here's a quick recap of Season 11. Season 11 ended with Metalcore Mike winning his first Super Bowl as he handedly destroyed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who made their 7th Super Bowl appearance, 42-7. Wide receiver Amari Cooper would win Super Bowl MVP. NFL honors, Johnny H would win MVP and Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jaguars coach Doug Peterson would win Coach of the Year. Running back Aaron Jones would win Offensive Player of the Year. Right end Von Miller, Defensive Player of the Year. And right end Aiden Hutchinson, Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was Season 11, so let's talk Season 12. We're going to start with free agency, and here is where our key 4 players that were free agents ended up. We'll start with my Green Bay Packers. Right tackle Elgton Jenkins was franchised, and he'll be a Packer for at least one more season. Wide receiver Sammy Watkins signed a 3-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Wide receiver Randall Cobb did not retire and did not sign with any team during free agency, so he remains a free agent. And wide receiver Allen Lazard signed a 3-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it's absolutely crazy that the Packers let my top 3 receivers walk. Sammy Watkins led the league in receiving yards with 2,144 yards and had 26 touchdowns. You could argue he was the top receiver last year. And Randall Cobb had 1,417 yards and 12 touchdowns. That was a crazy 1-2 combination. Allen Lazard, my number 3 receiver, 438 yards and 7 touchdowns. That was my passing offense, and they just let him walk. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign with Green Bay in 2 more seasons, but we'll see if they actually keep a team around me. Let's see if Metalcore Mike had any better luck with his Cleveland Browns keeping his top 4 free agents. Defensive tackle Javon Hargrave signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Running back Kareem Hunt signed a 4-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. Left end Jadeveon Clowney signed a 1-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. And right tackle Jack Conklin re-signed with the Cleveland Browns for 3 years. So that was the fate of our top 4 free agents on either of our teams. Now it's time to see just how the Packers and the Browns did in the NFL draft. We'll start with my Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers' first round pick was running back Ben Smith out of Mississippi State. This pick worries me a little because they went running back in the first round. He's rated 77, which is good, but does that mean they're not going to re-sign Aaron Jones when it's time? For their second pick, the Packers drafted cornerback Luke Lipton out of Stanford. In the 3rd round, they drafted Travaris Riddick, left end, out of Nevada. In the 4th round, they drafted Lance Henry, tight end, out of Clemson. In the 5th round, Ramon Fowler, free safety, UL Monroe. The Packers had 3 7th-round picks, the first being cornerback Jelani Thurston out of Texas, left outside linebacker Brian Matthews, Texas A&M, And finally, Lane Carnegie, tight end, USC. That's the Packers draft. Now it's time to look at the defending Super Bowl champions, the Cleveland Browns draft. The Browns' first pick came in the second round, running back Floyd Johnson out of Rice. Their next two picks came in the fourth round, the first being left tackle Luke McCain out of Maryland, and left end Kareem Boss, Oregon. The Browns also had two fifth-round picks, the first being Ben Kerr, strong safety, Arkansas State, and Henry Theory, right tackle, Michigan State. In the sixth round, they drafted Jason Edmond, tight end, Georgia. And for their last pick in the seventh round, they drafted Mr. Irrelevant, right guard, Dylan Higgins, out of Florida. That was the draft, and with free agency coming to a close, let's take a look at the top three players that both the Packers and the Browns added to improve their teams for Season 7. The Packers' top free agent signing was wide receiver John Ross III, rated 77. Their first round pick comes in at second, rookie running back Ben Smith, also rated 77. And center Nick Martin, rated 70. Those are the top three players that the Packers added to improve their team. Here are the Cleveland Browns. Their top new addition is left end Dwayne Smoot, rated 79. Second is the returning middle linebacker Joe Schobert, who was originally drafted by the Cleveland Browns, rated 78. And finally, defensive tackle Maurice Hurst, rated 77. That was the conclusion of free agency, and I'll admit the Packers, I think, kind of shit the bed there. They only had $2 million in cap to work with, and well, it shows. The Browns did a better job bringing high-end 70 players to add depth to their team and possibly be starters, so Metal Mike should be very happy with at least the top three players that the Browns signed and added to their team. So with the off-season ending, that brings us to the preseason, which we always sim. So on to week 1 of season 12, and I'll start by showing you just how Metalcore Mike's Cleveland Browns did against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cleveland Browns narrowly won their home opener against division rival Cincinnati Bengals 34-31. Metalcore Mike completed 19 out of 33 passes, threw for 349 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and had a quarterback rating of 99.1. With star running back Nick Chubb injured, rookie Floyd Johnston had to step in. He had 16 carries for 65 yards and 1 fumble in his NFL debut. With star receiver Amari Cooper also injured, Donovan Peoples-Jones stepped up for 7 catches for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns. Congratulations to Metalcore Mike for winning his first week's game and beating rival Cincinnati. Now it's time to see how my Green Bay Packers fared in a rematch of the NFC Conference Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay beat me to go on to lose in the Super Bowl to Metalcore Mike, but I'm looking for revenge. The only bad thing for Tampa Bay, Tom Brady retired, and Jimmy Garoppolo is their starting quarterback. Have fun with that, Tampa Bay. Good luck. It's game time. 3rd down and 4 on the 41-yard line. Johnny H drops back to pass, finds a wide open John Ross for a 38-yard first down. This would lead to a 10-yard Amari Rodgers touchdown pass. Packers up 7-0. Their next drive, Johnny H drops back to pass, finds a wide open John Ross again for a 24-yard completion. Later on their drive, after a roughing the passer penalty by Vita Vea placed the Packers on the 7-yard line, Johnny H finds Aaron Jones in the end zone for a touchdown. Packers up 14-0. On their next possession, 1st down on the 27-yard line, Johnny H hands off to Aaron Jones, who runs to the left, stiff arms, and goes all the way up 28 yards to the 45-yard line. 1st down. This would lead to a 44-yard field goal attempt by their rookie kicker. The kick is up, and it's good. The Packers go up 17-0. On their first possession of the 3rd quarter, the Packers have driven down to the 17-yard line. Johnny H drops back to pass, finds Aaron Jones across the middle. Touchdown! His 2nd receiving touchdown of the day. 24-0 Packers. On their next possession, the Buccaneers would score 8 points. Johnny H hands off to Aaron Jones, who cuts to the left for an 8-yard gain. This would lead to a 2-yard touchdown pass to rookie tight end Lance Henry. Congratulations on your first touchdown. The Packers are up now 31-23 as the Buccaneers are fighting back. Hagan drops back, hands the ball off to Aaron Jones for a 3-yard gain. This would lead to a field goal with 6 seconds left in the game. The rookie kicker kicks. It's good. 34-23. Green Bay is your final. Johnny H went 18 for 26, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, and had a quarterback rating of 148.5. Aaron Jones had 24 carries for 122 yards, and John Ross III led the Packers in receiving with 3 catches for 82 yards. Well, my week 1 game against the Bucs is in the books, and it was some sort of revenge at least. I mean, it would have been better if Brady would have been playing, because then I would have truly beaten the team that sent me home in the playoffs last season. But he retired. Jimmy G's the quarterback, and it is what it is. So here's a look at how the rest of the league did week 1. After week 1, there are some pretty interesting division leaders. The Bills have a hold on the East. The Steelers are tied with Metalcore Mike's Browns for first place in the North. In the AFC South, the Texans are actually in first place because they had a division matchup and the Jaguars didn't. In the AFC West, the Raiders are in first place for the exact same reason. They had a division matchup. The Chargers didn't. And in the NFC, the Cowboys and Commanders are tied for first place. The Vikings have a first place lead over me technically because they beat the Bears, a division matchup. In the NFC South, the Falcons are tied with the Panthers for first place. And in the NFC West, just like it started out last season, the Seahawks and Rams are tied for first place. Be sure to tune in for the next episode, guys. It will be the mid-season Week 8 episode of Playerchise, and for the first time in the history of the show, myself and Metalcore Mike will play each other in a Week 8 matchup. You definitely won't want to miss that. It will be very exciting and fun to watch. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It'll help get my name out, get the channel's name out. Thank you guys for watching. Johnny H out. Be safe, everybody.